Welcome back to Trilicus, I'm Wayne. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, and hit the notification bell. Right, so this weekend Marvel Endgame is released, and this video isn't entirely about Marvel Endgame, because I will be doing a separate review on Sunday once I've been to see the film myself. I have heard that Captain Marvel's only on screen for 15 minutes, which I think is probably justified, given the fact that this film shouldn't be about Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. She had her chance in her own film, and I thought that was a pretty mediocre, warmish, okay-ish film. Please see my review, which I made earlier, like Blue Peter. So yeah, I'm pleased that Brie Larson and Captain Marvel aren't going to be taking over this film, and it's exciting to see how the original 6 Avengers are going to overturn Thanos and reverse the snap. Look out for my review coming Sunday. So, onto the subject of this particular video. There are a number of science fiction films coming out this year, and I'm not going to cover all of them. I'm just going to give a brief description of some of the ones that I'm really looking forward to and why I'm looking forward to them. So we've got Spiderman Far From Home, and I think this is going to be a good follow-up to Spider-Man Homecoming, given the fact that I love the guy that they've got playing Spidey. I think he's playing the part particularly well, and so that kind of gives away a little bit of how Avengers Endgame is going to finish, because obviously we know Spidey survives, we know that Nick Fury survives because he's in the trailer, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Sticking with Marvel, but not in the MCU just yet, although Disney do now own the rights, and that's X-Men Dark Phoenix. Now, I've heard a lot of bad feeling about this film. It didn't do particularly well in screen tests, and they did feel the need to do some reshoots. So yeah, going by the general vibe at the moment, it's not got a good feeling about it. However, I'd like to go and see it with a positive mind and be unbiased. And on that side of it, I think they're tackling quite a difficult story within the X-Men universe, but it's going to be something that could be quite rewarding if done correctly. Lots of ifs, but hopefully they have done it correctly, and when it comes out later this year, it will be just as good as some of the other X-Men films that they have done, particularly after Apocalypse. I thought Apocalypse was handled really well. I loved how they handled the Lazarus chamber, and how it withstood the test of time, and how it regenerated him and what they had to do to defeat him. So that's pretty much Marvel taken care of, but we have also got other films coming out which I'm really looking forward to. We've got a new Godzilla film coming this year, Godzilla King of Beasts, or King of Monsters. After the remake of Godzilla a couple of years ago, I did hear rumours that they were going to include Godzilla in Pacific Rim in some form or another, but that wasn't to be. So yeah, they've given Godzilla a new sequel, King of Beasts. Well, anyway, it's Godzilla, and I remember watching the original Japanese Godzilla films, and I did think that with the remake that they, going back a couple of years ago, it was a much better Godzilla film than what they tried to do in the 90s, which totally Americanized the whole franchise, and I thought it ruined it. I thought it was dead. That was it. No more Godzilla. But no, somebody come up with the script for the last film, taking Godzilla back to his roots and keeping it in Japan as well. Yeah, it was a good film. I enjoyed it. Speaking of films that I used to enjoy the franchises of, we've got a Terminator film coming out this year, and yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. With some scepticism, I've got to say, I hope it doesn't go down the same route as Star Wars and Captain Marvel, with it being purely an SJW film with Linda Hamilton and what seems to be a predominantly female cast. I'm hoping they can resist that temptation. James Cameron is back on board, although I don't think he's directing this one. I think he's executive producer. So at least he's got hopefully a massive hand in how this one turns out. And I believe that this could be one of the better Terminator films that we've had, mainly for the fact that it just ignores the previous ones that we've had since Terminator 2 Judgment Day, which could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. We might end up going to see this film and come back thinking, my God, James Cameron, you've just done what Ridley Scott has done to the Alien franchise. But speaking of franchises that have gone bad, Star Wars comes out at the end of the year, and yeah, after seeing the trailer for Skywalker Rises, the Rise of Skywalker, yeah, I done a video about that because it disappointed me that much that I thought I had enough material there to dedicate to a standalone film on my reaction. And yeah, The Rise of Skywalker has a very difficult job in overturning the debacle that was The Last Jedi. It has got some positives on there. We've got J.J. Abrams back, and I'm hoping that he does a decent course correction and The Rise of Skywalker turns out to be a decent film and a satisfying ending to the 9-film saga. We have been promised that it will tie up loose ends, and this will be the last film involving the Skywalkers, which is probably about time. What they could do, and I remember reading the comic when it came out in the early 90s, I think it was 92, 93, by Dark Horse. Fantastic comic book series called Dark Empire. Dark Empire was a 6-book comic series by Dark Horse, and I've still got them actually. That's how much I liked it, and it kind of carried on the story of Return of the Jedi. If they can put something like that back into The Rise of Skywalker, then I think we're on to something that's going to be pretty exciting. It may be another Avengers endgame in the fact that it will take 3 hours just to correct the mess that we was left with after The Last Jedi. So although the trailer didn't inspire me and left me feeling rather meh, and I do hold out some hope that when we get to see the Rise of Skywalker, that it will be worth seeing and it will be a satisfying conclusion to the Skywalker saga. So yeah, that's about it on this video. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you like it, give us a thumbs down if you haven't, and please leave comments. I look forward to reading your opinions, and yeah, let's chat sci-fi. It's what this channel's all about, and I will also be releasing some of my own personal works soon, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you next time.